Are elderly people being treated unfairly? What do you think? 0207 862 2222 is the number that you need to get your calls in now. Yasmin, various examples in the press. We had the couple yesterday, Ryanair. Ryanair saying, look, those are our rules. When you buy a ticket, if you don't check in online, you don't print your boarding pass, we are going to charge you.
Well, damn Ryanair, I say.
OK. But we've also had examples, for instance, parking your car without an app can be more expensive, harder to do. Places refusing to take cash, meaning that you have to use either a card or a smartphone. Do you think all these things are adding up?
Absolutely. I wrote a two-part feature for the Mirror earlier this year and talked to a huge number. I am a very elderly person.
No, you're not.
No, I am. I am very old. Okay. I'm past 70, OK? So I know what I'm talking about, OK? I'm 72. And I can't do phone parking. I just can't do it. I cannot do it. I try. But what I didn't know is when I did this feature, the number of older people who said, I have this problem or that problem with my eyesight. Mm-hmm. So I actually physically can't do it.
Yeah.
Okay? And there used to be meters which took money and then the meters took cards. Now they don't take either. Mm. So how is that not discriminatory towards a huge part of our population? I'm not saying all older people are as dumb as I am on these matters, but many of us find it very hard. Hospital car parks have become like this. Can you imagine the distress this is causing? And as for Ryanair and all of these who want everything online, I can imagine myself doing what Ruth Jaffe, I think, and Peter did, which is getting the wrong boarding pass. It's paper. It's nothing. Why can't you just give me a replacement when I come to the airport? Mm-hmm. It's utterly unfair.
But do you think it's targeting elderly people? Or do you think that perhaps the world is moving to a digital sign? I mean, with Ryanair, frustrating as it is for everybody, that's their rules. If you're going to fly with them,
no, I'm sorry, it's not acceptable. What if their rule was no black passengers?
Well, that's not their rule.
No, but discriminating against older people is actually part of our legislation.
All right.
So that you can get away with this when it's older people. You can't get away with it with other groups.
OK, perhaps that's a fair assessment. Let us know your thoughts, 0207 862 Yasmin's very proud of her points there. Rick, go on then. Do you agree with Yasmin? Do you think elderly people are being unfairly targeted?
No, I don't think they are. I do feel for elderly people when it comes to paid parking. I mean, it is a complete joke how that's been brought in so quickly. And people have got to use an app. I mean, how many apps do you need to find a parking place nowadays? Yeah. There are about 15 different apps for a parking place. Absolute nonsense. I don't think it's just older people, though, who have that problem. I have that problem finding the app on my phone because I've got about 27 of them. In fact, I've got a basket now of parking apps, trying to find the right one. However, I think the issue of are old people unfairly targeted overall, I mean, come on, let's look at this in the big picture. Pensioner incomes are now higher than working age households. According to the Resolution Foundation, pensioner incomes are higher. Take that in for a second. People who are older are having higher incomes than working age households. The pension triple lock, so protecting pensions against 2.5% inflation or wages, has continued since 2010 when everybody else has had flat wage growth. Pensioners have been protected, Alexis.
Okay. No, on this I completely agree with you. We should not be getting the triple lock. I completely agree with you. But that doesn't take away the fact that in all areas of life, this assumption that new technologies exactly what you said, parking apps, 27 of them, some work, some don't, but also in other areas, like in my feature, I talked to some people who lived in small places in Wales and England, and they use cash. It should be illegal for anybody to refuse to take cash. But they're not using... All right. Big supermarkets are refusing to take cash.
OK. Well, let's find out what people are saying at home. Barbara is called from London. Barbara, good afternoon. Do you agree with Yasmin? Do you think that elderly people are unfairly treated in society?
Yes.
Why?
As far as phones goes, I've got a tuppenny halfpenny phone. I'm 83 and a half. And if I ring up, oh, please, could you pay online? I can't. I can't use a smartphone. I could do, but I'm too old to drive to do that. I don't drive. You go to a shop, cash only. You go to another shop, card only. Recently I went to a cafe, card only. Another place I went to a shop, cash only. It's not fair. It's not fair on elderly people at all. And I'm partially blind as well, which makes it worse. And I'm not complaining. I'm quite fit, but it just annoys me.
Well, you sound...
It really does annoy me. Hairdressers. I go to a hairdresser. One stylish only takes cash.
Right.
The other stylish only takes card.
And so, Barbara, can you not pay by card? Forget the smartphone, but a card. Do you
I
have
can pay for card. Of course I can, and I do. But I should have a choice.
Well, Barbara, you're going to save yourself a tip, though, aren't you? Because you've got no cash.
No, I should have a choice. When I go to a shop, I should have a choice.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of elderly people are afraid to carry cards. And another thing, you go out at night, you don't want to have a card. If there was an inside pocket on my coat, yes, I could hide my card there, But no, we are unfairly treated. Not too badly, but, cash only, card only.
Okay,
Sorry.
Barbara, thank you for making that point. I think that's a point that many people are making. The card only, no cash seems to be riding a lot of people up. Let's take another call. Anne in Hertfordshire. Anne, good afternoon. Do you think elderly people are being unfairly treated? Is it mainly this idea of moving technology and leaving older people behind?
No, I've never had so much fun since I retired from work. I went into my local college in Stevenage in Hertfordshire 2 years ago, not knowing what I wanted to study. They took me in hand, they gave me a chat. I decided to do a computer course. I did that did it very slowly over a year. Now I can use a computer. I've got 4 little things saying I passed each one. Now I'm doing an open university course, and my life has changed dramatically.
So how, Anne? I mean, it sounds amazing. So how has it changed? What are the differences in your everyday life?
I was afraid of the computer.
Right.
Now I can use the computer to write up my essays, to talk to my mates that are all over the country doing the same creative writing course as me. We share ideas.
Okay, but what about things like everyday stuff? Like, can you do your online banking? Would you do that now?
Yeah, I can do all that now.
There you go.
That's great.
And that's doing a computer course at the college that taught me to do that. And the course was free.
Okay, Anne, you're a great example for us. I'm going to move on because I just want to squeeze in as many people as possible. Monica in Surrey. Monica, good afternoon. Perhaps we all need to follow Anne's example and just, no matter the age, just get a little bit of training, get online, use a smartphone.
No, well done, Anne. Good luck to her. I do go online. I do the smartphone with great difficulty because of vision and because I've got tremors that makes it difficult for me to type. But that's not what I phoned. Pensioners are being unfairly treated.
Why?
Thousands of pensioners died during the pandemic due to Boris saying, let the bodies pile up. And that's all swept under the carpet. I want to know what's happened to the amount. For a start, what was the amount of money saved by all those people that would have been on pensions and benefits, but they died because of the way they were treated? And since then, we've just spiraled downhill. It isn't just parking machines. It's all kinds of things. For instance, in my road, we have bad parking. We used to have to buy a scratch card for a visitor's parking. That's okay. It was cardboard. You paid your money, you got your card, your visitor parked. Now you have to have an app for it.
Yeah,
you can only buy
online
10
and book
tickets
it
at a time. So there's all sorts of things. Also, all of the major organisations like Age UK, the Civil Citizens Advice Service, your local government, everybody's working from home, but they don't pick the phone up. So you sit on the phone at 16p ago, and just because I'm retired and I'm at home, I don't want to be sitting here on my bum all afternoon, holding on and knocking up as much as £10 a go, trying to get through for a bit of simple advice.
Okay.
And when, for instance, they changed the parking system, whereas you have to do it on your phone on app, it was all done without consultation.
Okay, Monica, I'm gonna have to leave it there. Thank you. You've raised a lot of points. I think for the pandemic questions, there is a COVID inquiry. We will find out more about what went on. But we are still, as Rick said, spending more on pensions than we are on education, policing. I think it's one other together on a budget. So we are spending a lot of money, but you make some fine points. Just very, very quickly, Suzanne in Argyll and Bute. Suzanne, we've got 30 seconds. What would you like to say? Do you think they're being treated unfairly, elderly people?
As an elderly person, yes, I think they do. I really agreed with some of your lady callers about Monica in particular, about how difficult it can be for people in our situation. I'm autistic at 65, and I've never been able to do computers, so it's very difficult for people like myself.
Do you find that you've been sort of shut out from things that you're able to do?
Oh, I'm completely disenfranchised. I'm quite glad I never got to go on social media, but I am disenfranchised with things like being able to access, cash, buses, lots and lots of stuff.
Well, Suzanne, thank you for your call. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for calling us. Stay in touch.